I will never in all of my years ever understand how Elon Musk has anybody going to bat for him. Elon Musk, the personification of a slick wet fart. The basement dweller's Third Reich rehash. The complete loser that, while having many kids by many women around the world, and more money than literally anybody else in the world has ever had. Check my math on that, but you know, I've worked customer service, I'm not sure. Who still manages to be more of a loser than literally any bozo smoking pot in the bathroom at their janitorial job at McDonald's. Honestly, I have more respect for that person. They're doing a job that I wouldn't wish on anyone, except for Elon Musk. You may wonder why I hate this man so much. A man I have never met, and a man whose life does not affect me at all. And that is where you'd be wrong. Not about me hating him. I definitely hate his guts. Absolutely. His daughter Vivian is like the only cool thing he's ever put into the world, like literally at all. And personally, I just choose to believe that she emerged from like a seashell covered in seafoam or something instead, fully formed. I mean, it just like, it doesn't make sense otherwise. There's no way they share genes. Anyway, you're wrong about me not being affected by him because I am. We all are. And this is because Elon Musk is officially the world's first trillionaire. I mean, I think I heard that he just had that status revoked because of the backlash that has, you know, caused Tesla sales to go down, which like, yeah, got it. Nice. That makes my heart smile if it's true. So let's all hold on to that smile in our souls, right? But it doesn't change the fact that thanks to this recent development of him becoming a trillionaire at all, it's shown a light on a much bigger problem in the world. Happy days. My name is Daisy Mays, and I think I'm just going to keep with that intro instead of bringing Folly into this one. This is Daisy Chains. It's Daisy's thing. But yeah, I'm just going to be Daisy. Hi. Welcome to Daisy Chains. This is the series where I, your hostess, Daisy Elizabeth Dupree Sinclair Anastasia Devereux Mays III Esquire, share video essays on things that have been rattling around in this thin little skull of mine. Stuff that's just been on my mind that I wanted to talk about. And the gimmick of Daisy Chains, because like a daisy chain is connected, these videos are each connected to the video before it and the video after it by sharing one word in its title. Each. I mean, it's 2 words in each title, one from the past, one for the, you get it. At this point, this is episode 7, at this point you get it. And today I have a topic that it really baffles me. Genuinely, it's bad enough that we have a trillionaire at all, or had one, hopefully had. Ooh, I hope he's dead. But this topic is one that I just genuinely cannot wrap my head around, and I'm gonna try and understand it. Because why are people in love with a trillionaire? Let me give you some background on the man that is your least favorite tech bro's wet dream on a constant loop. The one that they worship as an absolute progress god, who has just become the world's first ever trillionaire. All of that sentence should be a red flag. So his tragic backstory is about as far from tragic as it really gets for him. I call it his tragic backstory because it's tragic for all of us. I should also do makeup. That's like the main thing that I do during these, right? So Elon Musk was born to a fabulously wealthy South African family, several members of which, including but not limited to his father, expressed racist and anti-Semitic views throughout most of their lives. Lives which I hope have ended, and if they haven't, I hope they end soon. All while supporting apartheid in South Africa. Thanks to his mother's Canadian citizenship, Elon also has citizenship there. And he has basically lived a charmed life for his entire life. At no point has this man ever faced any sort of realistic hardship. He's inherited all of these privileges that have allowed him to go and pursue careers in tech and politics. American politics specifically, neither of which he is qualified for. I mean, the wiki literally calls him a businessman. Bitch, where? Also, what the fuck does that mean? I have never once read about or heard about or listened to anybody who has been described as a businessman and has a worthwhile career that helps people or makes a difference. My job sees me making drinks at a gas station, and I feel like I still contribute more of a boon to society than anyone like him. The illustrious Miss Elon Musk would eventually go on to work at or co-found or whatever a bunch of different companies. Tesla, X, God help us, SpaceX, which by the way, X is just Twitter. It's Twitter, it's never X. It's never been X, it's Twitter. Fuck you, it's Twitter. I mean, you know this part of the story, it's not exactly a shock. And when the First Lady has not been busy doing business, she's been getting down to business. And yes, I'm going to misgender her for the entire fucking video. That is my show of support with Vivian. Anyway, getting down to business, and speaking of his kids, Elon Musk has 13 children by different mothers. Not every single one of them is from a different mother, but there's enough there. He's been married twice, and a large number of those children have been out of wedlock. And I mean, are any of us shocked? I'm shocked anybody would fuck him in the first place. That part's crazy. Grimes, what were you thinking, babe? Now, I don't really care if you have kids before getting married. I'm not a Puritan about it. Or if you even get married at all. You can have kids out of wedlock and be perfectly fine. As long as they're raised happily and with their needs met, who cares? What I care about is hypocrisy, since she was a loud and vocal supporter of Trump's traditional values, quote unquote, which neither of them do anything even remotely similar to. Though now the lovers have been feuding, and it's honestly kind of adorable. I wonder who's going to carry the 14th child. Will Trump be giving birth, or will the Trump brothers be getting another sibling out of Eleanor's loins? This is less funny and more sad the more I think about it. Basically, my thesis statement here is that he's a shitlord and a bad person, and he's not even hiding it. He's been an overall asswagon long before he ever got involved with any of the political James Bond villain shit. So I do not understand how in the world him becoming a trillionaire has inspired people. It's not gonna happen for you, babe. Let me just say that. I think a large part of this seems to stem from people genuinely not really understanding how much a trillion is. I mean, I've had someone put it into perspective for me recently, and let me share with you my findings. 1 million seconds is 12 days. Got it? Good start, right? 1 billion seconds is 32 years. Still with me? Less great, right? Bigger jump. I'm 32 years old now. So I guess in the womb, I really should have started buying stocks, right? 1 trillion seconds is 31,709 years. 31,709 years ago was during the Upper Paleolithic period, the Old Stone Age. A millionaire has hoarded 12 days, a little under 2 weeks, right? A trillionaire has hoarded 31,709 years. Multiple ages. Let's look at it in a different way, shall we? The median salary for US citizens in 2026 is roughly between $62,000 and $66,000. I certainly don't fucking make that, and I don't know very many people that do, but that's the median. If you made the upper end of that, $66,000 an hour, per hour, that's your hourly rate, instead of it being your annual salary. If you made $66,000 per hour and you worked a 40-hour work week, let's say, let's keep it reasonable, you would make an annual salary of $137,280,000. And it would still take you over 7,000 years. 7,284.3822844 to be exact. Years to become a trillionaire. Thus, any reasonable person can come to one conclusion. There is no ethical way for any one person to get anywhere close to that sum of money. Even just that net worth, even if you don't have that money in an account, that net worth for one person is insane. There's no way. There's no way. I will accept no argument for this. Oh, but he worked for it. Oh, but the world is better for his contribution. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna stop you right there. No, he didn't. No, it's not. Yes, I can. Should he make a small fortune for whatever good he's managed to do? Sure. Yeah, sure. I mean, if we're gonna do capitalism, we should do a decent version of it, right? You work harder, you do more, you get more, right? Everyone should be paid fairly for the amount of work that they do. However, this is so far beyond that. Fair pay will never mean this large of a sum for any one person. There have only ever been approximately 117 billion human beings born in history since the emergence of Homo sapiens roughly around 200,000 years ago. Elon has more dollars than the amount of people that have ever existed. To our knowledge, anyway, of course. And that is so far out of balance that it's comical that we're even having this conversation at all. This should be a non-discussion. The mega rich are not to be aspired to or celebrated. Period. Under any circumstances. Not only will you personally, you Stephen Marie Smith from Idaho or Piscataway or whatever, you will never be that insanely wealthy, and you shouldn't want it. No one person can possess that amount of wealth, that amount of power and influence, and remain a good, moral, upstanding, ethical person. Absolute power always corrupts Absolutely. I don't know how we ever got to the point where the ultra mega wealthy had become something to be aspired to rather than despised. Every revolution throughout history has stemmed from mistreatment of the people at the hands of the greedy. And it is greed. It comes down simply to that. It is greed. Why are you idolizing greed? But realistically, that idolization of the upper 1% is the natural consequence, a natural symptom of the disease that is late-stage capitalism. In a system that basically acts as a free-for-all fight for survival, battle royale Hunger Games style, survival of the fittest where everything ever is a competition, that nobody can win without somebody else losing. Those who play the game in the most min-maxing way possible are always going to win. It's how it works. It's a corrupt system. It is a system where people like Musk, people that were already born into insane amounts of wealth and privilege and power, will inevitably get very, very far by just continually pushing the button that says evil but most efficient choice, most intelligent choice. Sacrifices, personal sacrifices for the greater good, that's never the choice they make. And because of the system in place, they don't have to. They're discouraged from doing so. I mentioned Elon's daughter, Vivian, recently. She is a trans woman. He completely rejects her, and she completely rejects him, rightfully so. And if the rest of his repertoire wasn't enough to convince me, this is completely damning evidence that he is not having 13 kids and seeking $1 trillion for any good or ethical reasons. I gotta say, people who will probably never see $100,000 in their life, much less $1 trillion, or anything resembling $1 trillion, actively and delightedly defending a man who would legitimately sell them for parts if it were legal and easy and cost effective, makes me so incredibly sad. Is this where we're at? Is this it? I can rest assured knowing that I, cross-dressing gas station attendant that I am, will always be an objectively better person than Elon Musk, simply by the virtue of not being him. Money or power or offspring will never ever be enough to make him less of a Nazi saluting, and yes, that's what it was, bizarrely pudgy, perpetually greased up loser. So why should anyone aspire to that level of obscene wealth if it can't guarantee that they won't end up still being a fucking dweeb? Simply put, they shouldn't. Honestly, every person defending this absolute toad of a man, no offense to toads, that's actually a bit far. They actually help their ecosystem. They serve an important role. She could never. If every one of them dedicated their lives to doing the exact opposite of what this man does, the world would probably get exponentially better as a side effect. But that's probably less than likely. What's very likely is that my name is Daisy Mays, and I'm wishing you all some very happy days.